Have you ever heard of the war on drugs? This refers to the punitive drug policies in most countries around the world that focuses on criminalising drug use, supply and possession, and these policies are failing to accomplish what they set out to do, to end addiction, drug-related deaths and abuse of drugs in general. But why have these harsh policies failed? Punitive drug policies are rooted in scare tactics, aiming to invoke fear in people with the hope that they will never choose to consume any drugs. Not only does this approach not work, but it fails to consider addiction caused by alcohol and prescription drugs, which can be just as dangerous and addictive as illicit drugs. Harsh drugs policies have not only failed to reduce the problem of drugs, but they have actually caused new, unprecedented problems to surface. The number of drug-related deaths has risen, the number of people in prisons for drug-related offences has risen, and there is more drug-related violence than ever before. Punitive drug policies fail to recognise that drugs will always be circulating in society regardless of the efforts to cut the supply. Alternative drug policies like the decriminalisation of drugs have proven effective in countries where they have been implemented, with no increase in crime and addiction. Take Portugal, for example, where the possession and use of all drugs were decriminalised in 2001, and since then, drug use there has remained below average in the European Union. Not only that, but they have also recorded a massive decrease in drug-related HIV and hepatitis transmission, and the number of people incarcerated for drug offences fell by 44%. So you might be asking yourself, would decriminalisation not encourage further drug use? Considering the evidence from Portugal's model, it doesn't. The strategy of decriminalising drugs certainly will not end drug use and abuse, but it is unlikely that any strategy will. Drugs will always be present in society, so it is up to governments to make sure people are as safe as possible and get the treatment they need. The decriminalisation of drugs may also increase people's connection to the health system, which will help avoid drug-related deaths and lifelong substance abuse. And getting rid of criminal records associated with drug possession offence can help many people access employment and housing that had previously been denied to them because of their convictions. Decriminalisation also helps to reduce stigma, and drug use will be able to be talked about more openly among society. There is now sufficient evidence to suggest that harsh drug policies fuel more violence and instability, rather than keeping people safe. This failure of harsh drug policies has led governments to consider new ideas and alternative methods, including regulation and decriminalisation. Thank you for watching our video on appropriate response to action. If you would like to find out more about the DATE project, have a look at our Facebook page.